Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria, I'm a knitter living in Berlin. In this video I would like to show you how I fix or change some of my knits that I don't wear a lot because of some problems. And let me show you the candidates I would like to change. The first one is Miko Sweater by Olga Grishina. I knitted it a year and a half ago and I wear it only at home and very rarely. The second one is the Pullover. I knitted using the Maggie Cardigan pattern by PetiteKnit. I knitted it at the end of last year and I also wear it only at home and not very often. And the last one is the Sophie Scarf that I don't wear at all. Let's start with the first sweater. I haven't mentioned the yarn. It is Infinity.Design Air. It is 65% alpaca, 28% polyamide and 7% merino wool. So what's the problem with this sweater? First of all, the yarn. It is very drapey and it doesn't hold the ribbing at all, so that's why it looks a bit untidy. Also now I'm not very happy with this color. Now I wear this sweater only at home and it's not bad at all. It's great to have a sweater for wearing at home when you live in Berlin. But the problem is that it's very uncomfortable to wear at home because of drapey sleeves and this long ribbon. So I would like to turn it into something more comfortable for wearing at home. But there is one more challenge. Is it possible to unravel this yarn? Because it's very fluffy, so I'm not 100% sure that it would be easy. So the first goal is to figure out whether it is possible to unravel this yarn, and then we'll discuss my plans for this sweater. I have unraveled the sweater. First I started from the bottom, but then I realized that this sweater was knitted bottom up, so I had to start unraveling from the top. Also there were seams on the shoulders, so that's why I had to undo the seams before unraveling. At the same time there was the neck edge and plackets that were double folded and sewn. So I decided that it would take too much time to unravel it, so I just cut it off and it looks like this. And then I unraveled the sweater. It wasn't easy because the yarn is fluffy and alpaca was flying everywhere, but finally I have done it. I made such, I don't know how to call it, like rings of yarn, and I tied them in several parts and washed, and now they are already dry and I have to turn them into balls. I decided to knit a slipover. First, I think it's more practical for wearing at home, and also I don't have much yarn because I have lost some yarn while unraveling because I had to cut off some pieces. So I'm not sure that I have enough yarn for the full sweater or a cardigan. And also I have never knitted a slipover, so I find it exciting. I don't use any pattern for knitting this slipover. I knit it using, I think, my favorite construction when you start from the back. First you knit the back yoke with increases, then you pick up stitches for the shoulders, and then you join back and front together and knit it in the round. I did increases for the round neck. And I knitted the cuff in 1x1 ribbing, and it is a double folded cuff, so it is sewed inside. I'm not sure, maybe I should add an elastic thread inside the cuff to make it more tight, but we'll see later. I'd like to share what strange things I'm doing now with the slipover. I knitted the cuff for one armhole, not this one, but another, and I tried it on and it was very weird. It felt very uncomfortable and it looked also very badly. I was trying to figure out what's the problem. And I guess the problem is that, first of all, I made this part, the shoulder, very wide. And at the same time, I didn't do any increases here under the arm. So that's why it's very uncomfortable. And I don't want to unravel it. So we decided to try to fix it without unraveling. What I'm trying to do, you can see here stitch markers. I've marked the place, like where I would like to pick up stitches for the cuff. I'm trying to simulate the increases under the arm. And I have already finished, not really finished, but I have started this cuff. You can see that I picked up stitches by these stitch markers and not by the edge. And now it looks better. I tried it on and it looks fine. It is 1x1 ribbing, and I would like also to fold it like this, like as the neck. And now I'm having, you can see how much I had to decrease. So I made like I picked up stitches not by the edge but here to make it more narrow and to make like kind of simulation for increases. And now I think I will have to cut this off because now I can't fold it. It will look very badly, I think. So I guess I will have to cut it off and hopefully it will look nice. I'm doing such things for the first time. I have never done anything similar, so I'm not sure that it will work and it will look nice, but we'll see. I think the Slipover for wearing at home is a good garment for experiments. I finished my first sleepover and now I don't understand why I didn't need a sleepover before. I like how it looks like. It's very warm and soft, but it's not hot because there are no sleeves, and of course it is much quicker project rather than a sweater or a cardigan, and it's very comfortable to wear. All in all, I added an elastic thread to the neck cuff and to the arm cuffs, but I didn't add it to the bottom. I'm happy that I decided to unravel the sweater, which I didn't wear at all, and now I have a sleepover, which I like very much. Now let's talk about this pullover. I knitted it using the Maggie cardigan pattern by PetiteKnit, and the yarn is Sandnes Garn Sunday. It has 0 or maybe even negative ease, and I'm not used to such knits. I don't really know how to wear it, and also it looks a bit simple. First I thought that maybe I should add some embroidery, but I'm not good at it and I couldn't imagine what image I would like to see here. And then one idea came to my mind. Maybe I should try to knit a collar, and this collar will make this pullover more interesting. Let me show you the patterns between which I was choosing. The first one is Louie collar. I think it looks incredible. I like that it's very textured, but it requires bulky yarn and I wanted to use a thinner yarn. The third one is Amber collar. It is such a gorgeous collar. It has cables, but I think it looks better with coats or jackets and not with sweaters. The next one is Ruffle collar layer. I think it looks very nice. I was choosing between this one and the next one, but I decided that the ruffle can look a bit heavy. So let me show you the color that I have chosen. It is Jovial collar. I like that on the one hand it looks minimalistic, but on the other hand it has this scalloped collar edge and a row of small holes. I think it looks amazing. And I also like the photo where she wears this collar with the ties at the back. It's so obvious that you can wear a collar this way, but I especially liked this in this color. I decided to knit this collar in Drops North. finished the collar. I think it looks gorgeous. And of course, this pullover looks much more interesting with this collar. I did a couple of modifications. First, I did Judy's Magic Cast On instead of picking up stitches from the cast on edge while knitting the picot edge. Also, I used larger needles for the I-cord edge, otherwise the collar was too small. And also, instead of making the I-cord ties, I decided to make the pearl button. I think it looks more elegant. I have only one concern. It is folding and waving at the back. I don't know, maybe I should block it more properly, or maybe I can iron it and it will help me. All in all, I like how it looks like, and now I'm thinking maybe I should also knit the resale cuffs with the same yarn and the similar pattern. We'll see, maybe I also do it. And the last project is the Sophie Scarf by PetiteKnit. I knitted it because I had some yarn left after knitting the jean cardigan by Calibri by Johanna, and I don't like when I have much yarn in my stash, so that's why I decided to knit a Sophie Scarf. I don't wear it at all because it looks not very tidy in this yarn, because the yarn is very drapey, and at the same time it's not warm, so it's not practical to wear it. So I decided to knit another scarf. I think I didn't feel anything related to the scarf, I just unraveled it and started a new one. I decided to knit a lace scarf because this yarn doesn't look well in just a stockinette stitch or in cables or in ribbing, so I was looking through the lace patterns and I found a great pattern. It is a peacock scarf by Remade, and here it is. It is a very quick project. I finished it in 2 evenings, and I like how this yarn looks in a peacock stitch. It is just a small triangle scarf. It is worked from the bottom angle up with increases. I think it is a nice scarf for spring. And by the way, it took only 26 grams to knit this scarf. I'm so glad that I decided to fix these knits. It is such an unpleasant feeling when you have knitted something and you don't wear it at all. It's a great idea to revise your knits from time to time and to check whether they need to be fixed or changed. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe it inspired you to revise your knits and to fix something. And see you in my next videos. Bye bye!